Welcome back to Game Points with Matthew Ross. Follow the show on Twitter at TSN Matthew or at GamePointsRadio.com.
Football talk. Get by the radio. Here we go. It is the Game Points NFL Picks Pool for another Tuesday night here on the show. Our picks pool consists of myself, Matthew Ross, Mr. Mocon, Eric Thomas taking the producer slot this week on the board, Mr. Stefano Michello who puts it all together, Mitch Gallo from Melnick in the afternoon, and Sean Coleman, the roving producer. So we have a whole... what do you want to call them? A gang of pickers, and we have our standings, and we do 4 games every Tuesday night here on the show. Stefano Michello, how did the panel do last week?
Only one person at 500. Nobody above 500, but luckily for you, Matthew, that was you at 2-2.
Yeah, that's a way to do it, Matthew.
A few 1-3s and no 0-4s. Everyone else was 1-3.
Interesting. And once again, as I mentioned to Stefano off air, in my regular pool, I was 11-5 last week, but in this pool, for whatever reason, I'm just so much lower in terms of the percentage. So I don't know what that is about, but in any event.
You know, we're like the NFC West of 2 years ago when like a losing record won the division. I think that's what it's going to be this year.
Oh, boy, as long as it's not Mocon. All right, let us get to our 4 games for this week with the spread. Go, Steph.
All right, well, we'll start with the 1 o'clock games. Chicago Bears struggling a little recently, now 3.5-point favorites on the road at the Minnesota Vikings.
You know what? I was going to take the Bears regardless here, but when I heard about Urlacher being out, I can't take Chicago as a favorite on the road. I don't like the fact that Percy Harvin's probably out again for this game with the Minnesota Vikings, but this is a must-win. They're going to be able to run the ball. They're at home. Give me the Vikings.
Taking the Bears in this matchup here, you look at how things have played out for the Bears. Yes, they lost a tough one at home to the Seahawks, but the Bears on the road have been a sneaky good football team, and I think they will do much better on the road in Minnesota and win that football game. So give me the Bears.
I'm going to take the Bears here as well. The last couple of weeks have been a bit of an anomaly. But as far as they're concerned, this is a good team. This is a team that's going to stick around this season, and knowing your opponent, I think, definitely helps. They know the Minnesota Vikings, and they have had their number over the past couple of seasons, so I'll take the Bears.
I'm going to go with the Bears as well. I mean, you really think... Yes, injuries are starting to catch up with them a bit, but I don't think they're going to go quite down the same road as last year. I think the fact that Jay Cutler and Matt Forte are still in there, that's going to help them. And Percy Harvin being out of lineup, it's really starting to catch up to the Vikings offensively.
But that offensive line is brutal for the Bears. They can't. Did you see Matt Forte run the ball last week? It was like 1 yard, 2 yards. I don't know about
Seahawks
that.
are good defense.
They are. Agreed. All right, game 2.
Well, hold on. Mitch and Sean first.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Mitch has taken the Vikings while Sean has gone with the Bears as well.
Okay, next.
Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens, now underdogs on the road, 2.5 points at the Washington Redskins.
Wow. The what do they call that? The Beltway?
Beltway Bowl.
Yeah. 2.5 dogs in RFK against the Redskins. Is this a 1 o'clock, a 4 o'clock? What is it?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock game as well, huh?
It's not the RFK. It's FedEx Field.
I know that.
Well, people might assume they're playing at the old stadium. And
No,
that might alter
they're not
betting
playing
lines.
at the old stadium. So you got Griffin III, who just took out Mr. Manning and the Giants. They're now favored. I don't like the fact that they're favored, but I also don't like that Terrell Suggs is hurt. Is Ray Lewis back for this game? Do we know? He's not.
He's expected to be back for the game against Denver.
All right. I'm going to take the Redskins. Executive decision has been made. Got to take the Redskins here because at some point the Ravens are going to lose a road game without their stalwarts on defense.
Taking the Baltimore Ravens, you look at Baltimore on the road, they are a good football team. They've had the Redskins number the last few times that they played them in the Beltway series year. But given that Terrell Suggs is not playing, I still like the Ravens because their offense may be too much for the Redskins to handle. Giants couldn't convert last night, unlike the Ravens who will on Sunday.
I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. I don't see any reason why they should be an underdog in this game. I know Robert Griffin III has done some amazing things recently, but like I've been saying, you let some film pile up on him, let defenses get a chance to look at what he's doing and the way that he's breaking the game down, and they're going to break him down. And I think he's taken way too many shots as well. They are leaving him open to get hurt.
Ravens still have a chance to clinch the AFC North now. They had a big chance last week against Pittsburgh, playing without Ben Roethlisberger, so I'm sure they're very upset that they didn't get it done there, so I think they're going to get it done this week and clinch the division, so I'll go with the Ravens. And meanwhile, Mitch has gone with the Redskins, while Sean has gone with Baltimore.
Next,
we have another one-o'clock game, actually. The Dallas Cowboys, 2.5-point underdogs at the Cincinnati Bengals.
this is an easy one for me. I'm taking the Bengals all day long. They tried to give that game away last week against San Diego, and they still won the game. This is a team that's starting to figure things out. That home crowd, I think, is going to be one of the loudest it's been in a long time. I don't like the error-prone Cowboys. I just don't. I don't think they're reliable enough. I also don't think they have the running game to win on the road here. Give me the Bengals.
I agree. Remember, the Cowboys are a football team that sort of has been Jekyll and Hyde, but the Bengals, though, have been the hottest team unknown to the NFL the last few weeks. Remember, Mike Zimmer, former Cowboy DC, now the DC in Cincinnati, the former Cowboy Lynx on the Bengals team right now. Give me the Natty to win this football game.
I'm going to go against you guys. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one. I think moving back to 500 on the year, 6-6. Now they're only one game behind the New York Giants, and this is a team I picked at the beginning of the season. If things can go well, you got DeMarco Murray back in the lineup. I think this is a Dallas team that's going to start to pick up some steam, and they're going to make a playoff run, and it starts this week in Cincinnati.
I'm sick of hearing about the Cowboys about to make a run, because every time you hear about that, then they just find a way to blow it, and they go right back to the way they were. So I'm going to go with the Bengals here.
So you're going with the Natty, as Mo Khan would say.
That's right.
All right.
Or not Dally, as maybe he would say as well.
All right. We got Mitch and Sean.
Both on the Cowboys.
Okay. Game 4.
Last, but definitely the best one. Houston Texans 4.5-point underdogs at the New England Patriots.
Wow, what a game this is going to be. Patriots have been rarely tested the last few weeks of the schedule. I'll tell you what, though, Miami had a bit of a blueprint, and in the Texan defense, they can come through with it as well. I believe that this will be a very, very tight game. I think the Texans have a lot to prove here. They have a couple games left in the schedule with the Colts as well. They haven't clinched anything, I don't believe, as of yet. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Give me the points. Give me the Texans.
I really thought that Jet-Jaguar game would be the more appealing matchup here. Give me the Patriots to win this football game. Remember, New England at home, especially on the road on a Monday Night Football game. Very tough, difficult task for the Texans to do to come up to the Northeast. We don't know what the weather will be like Monday Night Football here, but given that it's Tom Brady, and remember, revenge is on the Patriots' mind. Remember the last time they played the Texans in Houston, of course, about 2-3 years ago, Wes Welker hurt his knee out for the year, kind of derailed the Pats' hopes of making a deep playoff run. Give me the Patriots to win this football game.
Yeah, primetime game at home for the Patriots. I say that spells a win. I don't really care who they're playing. I know that the Houston Texans are good, but I think the fact that they just clinched a playoff berth, they're not happy with that. They want to put away home field. They want to put away a bye in the first week of the playoffs. So I say Tom Brady and the Patriots come out gunning and they get a win at home.
This is Houston as well. I mean, you're looking at them winning, and then possibly that would put New England out of the equation in terms of a first-round bye or home field advantage. So I don't think it's enough that Houston won the division. I think they want that first-round bye, and that which they didn't have last year, and they have to go to Baltimore. Them being at home this year would be huge, so they're going to be hungry for this game. They're going to keep it close, so I'll take the Texans as well. And as Mitch and Sean have both gone with them as well, Houston.
All right, there you have it. www.gamepointsradio.com is the website. You can see the standings of the pool as well as hear this segment once again. If you only heard part of it or you want to pass it on because it's just so darn great, it'll be on gamepointsradio.com. That's it for this segment.